Transfer portal starting to get loaded up with quarterbacks. You saw the announcement last night. Bo Nix,
saw that.
the latest to put his name into the portal.
Shocking.
It was shocking.
Wow.
It was shocking.
He must hate the head coach there.
He either hates the head coach, or I think it's like one of these things we talked about with Verge Ausberry's kids, who are now high-end recruits. When you talk about Jaden Ausberry and the oldest Ausberry, Austin Ausberry and Jaden Ausberry, they grew up on LSU's campus. They're being recruited by LSU, and it looks like Austin Ausberry may end up going to LSU. I don't know that officially, but it looks as if things here in the final weekend are kind of trending to the defensive back landing in Baton Rouge or staying in Baton Rouge at LSU. But, I mean, you got to think, Ausberry, his dad has been a part of the administration at LSU since they've been literally babies, since they were kids. And they've grown up on campus. Not only have they grown up like inside of the football facility, like when they leave school and Verge picks them up, they go straight to the PMAC and they're like there 2 hours before tip-off and are everywhere around the locker room. And they've just lived this LSU life. And I think Bo Nix is very similar. His dad was the quarterback at Auburn. He was groomed and almost born to be in that role. His dad was his high school coach who started running Auburn's offense, when he was a freshman in high school. So by the time he got to Auburn, he had mastered the Gus Malzahn offense. You had thought so. And now he's been there for 4 years. He's been the starter. He's been ridiculed. He's been complimented. He's been everything.
What makes it? Why now? After his they've been there for 4 years.
And it could be a combination. It could be a combination of the coach and him just didn't click after 1 year. And I think that Mikey, you could probably answer this better than anybody on staff. But I think if I was to say about my college, if you gave me a choice, if I graduated to go into the portal after I accomplished a lot at one spot and I had the choice to go play anywhere for one season, Nix will probably have the chance to go play just about anywhere he wants to go.
You think so?
He's going to be a commodity in the portal for sure. Quarterback. I think everybody would take him.
Yeah, but you say, but not play. He's not going to go to USC, Ohio State.
But if you're both,
there's probably 10 schools he wouldn't go to, but everyone else probably would say, we'd take
but
him.
If you're Bo Nix, you're not looking at many situations and saying, I'm not going to go there and not compete.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to go compete. If I'm the best guy, I'll play.
You can play Kentucky.
So now TJ Finley will be QB1?
Should.
Unless they bring someone else in. But I don't know.
Just going to see something different.
I'm different.
Taste something.
I'm different though. I would never have wanted to leave here. This is where he was a starter. If I was a starter and I was playing 4 years, this is where I want. But I'm different. This is where I want to be. I grew up around it. I didn't really grow up in the middle of it like he did, but
you had. Your uncles. They never thought you were going in. Right? If you had a chance to go to LSU, you were going to LSU.
Yes. So I'm different. I wouldn't want to leave.
You're more Walker Howard than Bo Nix, to where it's I'm close to it. I want to be around it. Yeah. I saw, obviously my father played here. Mikey doesn't even have that good of a much of a connection.
If it was really up, and I don't know that for certain, and you could add insight on this too. We both know Jamie Howard, Walker's dad. I think if you really put a gun to his head and said, "Where's he want to go to? Where do you want him to go to?" It would probably not be LSU. Because
maybe.
I think he loves to, but his experience
jaded
him where he's I don't want him to go through that.
Yeah.
I don't want him to possibly have his hometown, home team, home fans turn on him like they did me.
Maybe, but the thing about it is everywhere you go, the way he's so high profile that no matter where he goes, he's gonna get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That pressure is gonna be on no matter where it's at.
You're right.
And I think that at least coming down here, maybe in game, they may not like him sometimes, but he's always going to be loved off the field here. He has family here. It's just there's comfort in that.
Bo Nix or Myles Brennan? Who would you take?
Ooh, that's kind of a loaded question.
Well, they're both in the portal.
Hey, does Myles Brennan come back out the portal? Did y'all see the
tweet?
Post? Yeah, what was that about?
Wait, the what?
I mean, it sounds like him and Brian Kelly had a good conversation.
So he's coming out the portal. Maybe
I don't know if he is or not,
There
but it
was
sounds
two
like
ways
something
to
has
read
happened.
that Instagram post. It was either him fading away from LSU or
don't-
is that totally erased
I don't
from the
think
LSU
that.
picture?
I don't think that's a little. That's deep.
Bring
that's
up the
deep
post.
there, fading away.
Read the
Yeah,
post.
put the post.
Oh, no, it's not
No,
even
there's
a
no,
post,
there's
it's
no,
a picture.
there's just him a picture. There was no,
what's the picture of?
nothing written. It's him in an LSU uniform, like throwing with smoke around him.
Oh, okay.
Like him in an LSU uniform. So I'm like, well,
You creating smoke, son?
what's going on here? You know, like
what's the smoke?
hey, like I mean, are you? And so I was like, man, maybe he's taking his name out, which would make sense. We have one less quarterback, and the other two guys are unproven. Like,
Okay.
maybe this is the guy. This is the bridge until for Walker.
Interesting.
And he played under Bo. He played like with Joe. So
Myles
has
Brennan
that
or
work
Bo
ethic.
Nix? Who would you take?
Myles Brennan.
Who would you take?
Myles Brennan.
You're scared.
I would
to
love
answer
to
that,
see
too.
Myles Brennan come back because this is what he wants, right? This would be the absolute Hollywood.
Yeah, but
Even
you
for him to
didn't
be.
answer the question though.
Oh, Myles Brennan.
Okay,
I do.
okay.
I think he can sling it.
Okay.
It does depend. I think in my mind it is a little bit centric around who the offensive coordinator is and what kind of offense you want to run. But in just a storytelling mode, Myles Brennan has been all LSU his entire life, and for that to come open, there's no way it's not in the back of his mind. Like, I know I put my name in the portal, and I would be good coming back. I've played with some of these guys. Like, it would be. It depends on the coordinator, but Brian Kelly usually goes kind of pro style. He could fit in that system, and I don't think he's bad. I think it would be interesting.
I wonder if Brennan looks at the LSU situation and says, "Man, I jumped too early." Because
But you can always jump back. Can't you?
Sure, you
yeah.
could. But even like the situation, like at the end of the year, I mean, the week that he announces that he's going into the portal, I mean, like they're thinking about playing Nussmeier against Alabama. You know,
Yeah, but
mean,
I don't think that. I
2
think
weeks
that,
later, Nussmeier's in the entire game versus Arkansas.
Listen, I think that like that looks, but I think it was probably stuff that he had like conversations.
Sure.
I think
compounded.
there was probably more like, hey, like even though I may have opportunity, like it doesn't seem like they want me to be the guy. And so, but look, I think there's a reason why he hasn't announced.
Put it on the poll, Bo Nix or Myles
absolutely.
Brennan.
I
That
was
is
gonna
a
say,
poll
this is a
question
great
because I mean,
poll question.
I am looking at the response inside
It's
of
like
the
half
chat,
and
and it's
half
half.
kinda.
I mean, you see 1 for Nix, 2 for Brennan, 2 for
Yeah.
Brennan, 1 for Nix. I mean, it is.
That's weird. That's not what I expected.
It's very a polarizing topic because I don't know if I wouldn't, not knowing either of them, and then just watching their game. If you didn't have the LSU tie to Brennan, I would take Brennan for the sake of the argument. Just to kind of put that on the record. I would take Brennan because I think that Brennan.
You know, he's an NFL quarterback.
He deserves. Well, I would love to see him play at LSU.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I would.
I
This
wanna
is
see it.
his.
He
This has been
deserves it a
his
little
childhood. I mean, this is what his childhood
This
wish
would be an unbelievable story
was.
for
And I
him,
mean,
too.
he's been so close to it that this may be the best opportunity for it to happen right
Finally
here,
gets
right
a
now.
Good break
Yeah,
instead
right.
of a bad break. He's had a million of those. But like you said, I kind of agree with you. If he doesn't jump as early as he did, and there, like you said, there had to have been conversations previous to why he made the move when he did. But if he had stuck around, there's an absolute probably windfall of people saying put Brennan in the Alabama game. Like he can
Sure.
come in.
Well,
and
that
be able
game
to
was
help
built
you win
for him.
Exactly.
It was built for
and
him.
I'm sure he was probably watching and go, God damn it, dude, I
Oh,
could come
man.
in and help us
I'd win this game.
Yeah, because if this is what they're going to do, I could come in and win it because he'll go in and throw it. And that's what you kind of want. Max Johnson got a little tentative in the pocket, and Myles Brennan, if he comes in there and just starts slinging around and gets some timing down, that game could have changed a little bit. Then he plays at Arkansas, and he kind of gets his name back right. And because, like you say, dude, he has the talent. It's just he's never really gotten the opportunity at LSU. So he's made a cavalcade of decisions that have turned into like bad for him.
I think
this
that
could
there
be one that
are
would be good.
There are a couple of cautionary tales, and Myles Brennan being the most vivid example that we can give, especially because it's down here and down home, and we can all kind of relate to it, remember it. But there has been like some cautionary tales throughout the transfer portal of jumping into the portal too early. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me if you're on a team and you're still eligible, why you wouldn't finish the season out if your plan is to go into a transfer portal for next year.
Part of it's probably about not wanting to get hurt.
Not getting hurt, I
Yeah.
understand. But look at the opportunities that Myles Brennan would have had to put film down.
You think he went in too early?
Absolutely, he went in too
I mean, he'd
early.
be the starter in the bowl game.
He'd have definitely played against Arkansas. He'd have been the bowl game starter for sure.
Yeah.
And I think when
Could
you
he still
had
be?
all of that, stuff
Yeah, can
going
he
back. I
still
don't
be?
know. I don't know that. I don't know if he can jump back
'Cause
onto
if
the
you're
team.
in the
Well, no,
portal,
but
do
you're
you
not.
lose your
You
scholarship?
don't lose it, do you?
I don't
If you
know.
don't
Nobody
use
picks you
it,
up.
I don't
you
know.
lose it.
No.
Because that
no, I think
scholarship
that
is
you
still-
can go into the portal as like we've seen people pull out of the portal, like the baseball player for a while, Mo Hampton.
Right.
He kind of went in and went out, then he went back in and stayed in. Like
Where did he go?
I don't know where he went.
Liberty, somewhere like that. But is he still on scholarship at LSU, or would you? Like,
Well, that
that's what I'm wondering.
scholarship,
Is it throughout the year?
The scholarship's used for the year.
Yeah,
so he's
right,
still
it
going
counts
to school.
towards
so
the
like,
number.
He's not paying for
So
school.
he's still on scholarship.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I don't know, and I think there's a reason why he didn't pick a school as early, like for that early. Like he was in the portal for a long time. He's been in the portal for a long time. Like he could have said, "This is where I'm gonna go," because teams were talking to him, and then
I know, but why are you saying he didn't pick?
Because maybe he
Stephen
knew-
Miller says it. Remember, Drew Bianco did this.
Yeah.
He put his name into the
because
portal,
he
and then he
knew
came
that
back out.
after they fired O, and he saw he saw what was maybe
He saw
Yeah.
Nussmeier gets a chance
Yeah.
to start. He saw the way the
Yeah.
Alabama game ended, and he
he's
was
like
like,
maybe I'm gonna hold off, and maybe
Yeah.
somebody's gonna leave, and then I'll be able to go in there and be the guy.
that would
Okay.
be an amazing, like, right, wrong, or indifferent. Just for the storyline, that would be an incredible story
It
for
would
Myles
be.
Brennan.
Yeah.